What a game! The All Blacks pulled off an intense 31-28 win in Sydney over the weekend, holding on to the Bledisloe Cup with everything they had. But now, the pressure is on as they reset and get ready for Wellington. Coach Scott Robertson and the team are laser-focused on improving, especially after facing a serious challenge from the Wallabies. With a sold-out Sky Stadium waiting, it's clear they're not just going to rest on this win. They're aiming higher. If you're a fan of the All Blacks, write "Go All Blacks" in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. One thing that stood out was how they handled those 2 yellow cards. Coach Robertson was pretty relieved, but also proud of how the team defended in the final stages under that pressure. This wasn't just about individual talent. The players found a way to push through as a team. The defense was tight, especially when they were pinned near their own line, a critical area where the team wants to be sharper, especially considering how the box had targeted them in previous games. What's more, Robertson pointed out how crucial discipline was in that match. At 21-0, it felt like the game could become a blowout, but then Australia came roaring back, making it clear that you can never take your foot off the gas. Robertson admitted that some key opportunities were missed, especially in terms of finishing those final passes, but he's optimistic about moving forward. The second half had its moments too. Remember when halfback Cortez Radama seemed to have a clear try, only for it to be called back because of a forward pass? Frustrating, right? But even with that call, and despite spending less time in Australia's 22m area, the All Blacks kept pushing. Speaking of Radama, how great was it to see him and flanker Wallace Satiti step up? Robertson was all praise for these young guys, saying that even on such a big stage, they showed their talent and courage. It's incredible seeing young players rise to the occasion, especially in moments that really count. Over the past few weeks, both of these guys have been incredible to watch, and they're showing that they belong at this level. Captain Scott Barrett also highlighted something that's been on everyone's mind: execution. The team is creating plenty of opportunities but needs to finish them better. In a tight game like this, that ability to execute can be the difference between just holding on and really putting teams away. All in all, the All Blacks showed that even when things get tough, they've got what it takes to dig deep and come out on top. They've still got things to work on, and they know that, but if this game is anything to go by, it's going to be exciting to see how they keep improving. Robertson also touched on the importance of timing when it comes to using the bench. It's a balancing act, ensuring they have the right players on the field at the right time. Ethan Blackadder's hamstring injury keeps him out for now, but the rising star Wallace Satiti is back in the lineup, ready to build off his standout performance against South Africa. Coach Robertson and the team have been really impressed with Satiti's work ethic and ability to step up, especially under the mentorship of Savia. Robertson pointed out that Satiti's versatility is a major asset, with the ability to play all 3 loose forward positions. The All Blacks are taking this game seriously, fielding an experienced squad as a sign of respect for Australia. Coach Robertson downplayed last week's results, saying they're irrelevant now that the Bledisloe Cup is on the line. Sam Derry stays on the bench's lock, with Patrick Tuipulotu needing more game time to fully recover from injury, having only played 60 minutes last week for Auckland after 4 months off. Sam Cane continues to hold the starting spot on the open side flank. His experience and consistency, especially in tackling and slowing down the opposition's ball, have been key for the team. Robertson praised his form and leadership, saying he's exactly what the team needs for a game as intense as this one. Australia is no easy opponent, and Robertson gave a nod to Joe Schmidt's work with the Wallabies. They're structured, disciplined, and dangerous when holding onto the ball through long phases of play. With the Bledisloe Cup on the line, you can expect some crafty, third-phase plays from Schmidt's playbook. He's a mastermind when it comes to pulling out surprise moves. Savia sees this match as the perfect opportunity for the All Blacks to bounce back after recent disappointments. Savia talked about the importance of resilience, saying, "Sometimes you get knocked down, but it's how hard you can get back up. And what better time to prove that than with the Bledisloe Cup on the line?" Savia also had high praise for Wallace Satiti, saying that although he's young, he's shown incredible calmness and wisdom on the field. It's inspiring for the whole team, especially with how quickly Satiti has made his mark, not just in Super Rugby but now with the All Blacks. Wallaby star dubs All Blacks as one of the top 2 nations in the world ahead of Bledisloe Cup opener. Wallabies fullback Tom Wright and the All Blacks doing the haka. Although the All Blacks have made a slow start to this year's Rugby Championship, Wallabies fullback Tom Wright is wary of them ahead of Saturday's clash between the sides in Sydney. After 4 rounds of action, both Australia and New Zealand have won 1 and lost 3 matches in this year's competition, with the Wallabies rooted to the bottom of the table with 4 points amassed so far, while the All Blacks are in 3rd position on 7 points. Meanwhile, South Africa are setting the pace at the top of the standings on 18 points, while Argentina occupies 2nd spot and are 10 points adrift of the world champions. This weekend's clash between the Wallabies and All Blacks will also serve as a Bledisloe Cup test, which the home side is aiming to win for the first time since 2002. With the corresponding fixture between these sides set to take place in Wellington on September 28th, Wright knows that a win in Sydney on Saturday is a must if they want to end their Bledisloe Cup woes. Despite the All Blacks' slow start in this year's Rugby Championship, Wright still holds them in high regard. If you're a fan of the All Blacks, Write go All Blacks in the comments and subscribe to the channel. They just came up against the guys who won the World Cup, so I don't know if weakened is a fair assessment of where they're at. Wright told AAP when asked if the All Blacks had lost their aura. Wright added, "I still look at them the same way they re one of the top 2 nations in the world. Anytime you lose, you go back-to-back losses, as we faced a couple of weeks ago against South Africa. You certainly have your tail up and you're keen to rip in. They were a whisker away in both games that they lost, and we're expecting them to be up for it, for sure." Wright is set to make his return to the Wallabies lineup after an ankle injury ruled him out of their humiliating 67-27 defeat against Los Pumas in their previous match in Santa Fe. He said everyone associated with the Wallabies is determined to deliver an improved performance against the men in black. "No one hurts more than the playing group and the staff. We know that the 40 minutes, second half against the Pumas, was really disappointing, and we're focused on making amends." Wright's respect for the All Blacks is clear, and with their rich history, they are always a force to be reckoned with. Whether they're battling through tough times or riding high on success, the All Blacks remain a global rugby powerhouse. The Bledisloe Cup opener is shaping up to be an epic showdown, with both teams having something to prove. Will the Wallabies finally end their Bledisloe drought, or will the All Blacks rise to the challenge and remind everyone why they are one of the top rugby nations? Make sure you don't miss a second of the action by hitting the subscribe button and turning on notifications. That way, you'll be the first to catch all the latest updates, highlights, and behind-the-scenes content from the All Blacks. If you're loving the content, help us grow the All Blacks community by subscribing to the channel and smashing that bell icon. Trust me, you don't want to miss what we have in store: big games, exclusive content, and everything you need to stay connected with your favorite team. To wrap it all up, we've got an exciting weekend of rugby ahead, and there's no better way to experience it than right here on the All Blacks channel. The Bledisloe Cup is on the line, and the intensity is through the roof. Will the Wallabies pull off the upset? Or will the All Blacks show once again why they're among the best in the world? Be sure to tune in and find out. What do you think? Can the Wallabies break their Bledisloe Cup curse? Or is this just another chapter in the All Blacks' dominance? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.